Today, we will be reviewing my favourite RTS cross-sandbox RPG, StoneHearth. Founded in 2013 and based in Los Altos, California, Radiant Entertainment is the brainchild of twin brothers Tom and Tony Cannon. Not only do they have the same DNA, but they share the same passions as well, as they began development of StoneHearth in 2011. In May 2013, their Kickstarter campaign ended with $751,000 in pledges and around $50,000 in PayPal pledges as well. By December 2013, the first alpha version of StoneHearth was made available to their Kickstarter backers and PayPal donators. In August 19, 2014, the Alpha 4 version of StoneHearth was made available and was also available to anyone who bought the game on Steam. This update included a GUI workover, an introduction of basic combat into the game, and 3 new professions for your villagers, the Footman, Weaver and Trapper. November 2014 saw the release of Alpha 6. This included a complete job system overhaul, including experience levels for each profession and requiring each villager to spend a considerable amount of time in their profession to achieve higher levels and be able to craft better items and more efficiently. The Alpha 11 update was made live in August 2015, which brought major changes to gameplay. Before you start your new settlement, the Embark menu comes up, allowing you to rename your halflings to see full portraits of them and see their attributes so that you can plan your town before you even load the map. All halflings were equipped with a backpack that could hold up to 4 items at a time. This meant that all tasks performed by your halflings could be done much more efficiently. The cook was introduced as a tier 2 profession, allowing you to upgrade your level 1 farmer to a level 1 cook. Only 4 recipes exist at the moment, but more are in development. Attributes were given a heavier weighting, and Radiant began calculating the attributes based on a Gaussian distribution instead of at random. This allowed them to shape how the different halflings performed in different professions. Players were also given the option of being friendly with goblins. Meeting their demands meant that they wouldn't attack your village, but if you failed a payment and they harass you, they will eventually become bored and leave. Whether you do this or just kill them, if you don't kill the goblin chieftain, word will spread about your settlement and the frequency of goblin spawns increases dramatically. Well, that's enough about the history. Let's have a look at some gameplay. Here, we've got the main menu. In the bottom left, you have the changelog access and the new game button in the top right. Just letting you know, this is the early access edition. It's not the full release game yet, so you probably won't have access. Here, you can select a kingdom to play as, either the Ascendancy, which is the people that you're used to playing with, or Ray's Children, a new race with different algorithms for determining attributes that bias them more towards trading and economics rather than combat and farming. This allows for a completely different style of gameplay and is a great complement to the desert biome. Choosing a difficulty comes up next, which is an easy choice. If you just want to focus on designing your town and have full creativity without the military aspect, then select Peaceful. If you want the full survival experience, choose Normal. You start off with 7 halflings. If you're not happy with your first choice of halflings, then you can roll out new citizens. If you're happy, you can choose to spend some gold in the Traveler's Store. Choosing your starting item should be based on your chosen biome because that will affect your gameplay dramatically. Finally, we get to choose our map. Out of a randomly generated large area, you are able to choose a small portion of that to play in. 3 things to consider when choosing your settlement locations are trees and plants, wildlife, and minerals. You can actually roll a new map if you're not happy with your options. After you've selected your location, you get to choose your starting point for your new settlement. As you can see, we've got some fantastic graphics here with some amazing shaders. The gameplay is simple to begin with, but it is actually quite in-depth for those who prefer a more complicated gameplay. You have full control over what each halfling does as a worker, and with the profession system, every halfling can specialise in a different field. The mechanics of this game allow completely different styles of gameplay to be viable. Instead of constricting the player to a certain strategy every time, Radiant Entertainment allows every individual player the creative freedom that they deserve. In StoneHearth, gameplay will never get old. Granted, it is still an alpha, so there are some bugs, but if you look past these, you will see a game with great potential, not only for the developers, but for you as well.